Good evening and welcome to the November edition of Curriculum Connection. I'm Medford's Curriculum Director, Laura Lundy. Dogs, gerbils, rabbits, oh my! There's an acreage of new ideas and projects going on in the agriculture rooms this year with the addition of the new ag teacher, Mrs. Kopp. Walk by Mrs. Kopp's room and you'll see a constant flurry of activity. This week, for example, students in the horse and small animal course took turns clipping the toenails of the class's furry friend, Triton, the dog. Olivia, a sophomore in Mrs. Kopp's class, says these types of opportunities are helpful in learning how to do something, more so than just learning it out of a book.
Just in case someday you have to do it yourself.
I have brought in a lot of hands-on approaches in my classroom. I like to mix it up. I don't like learning just by a book, so I wouldn't expect my students to. So I bring in some animals, I bring in activities, something where they get up out of their chairs, move around. I think that was a new thing for the department this year.
Earlier this month, students in the Ag Science class took part in a 2-day project to help them understand soil erosion and techniques to prevent it. Mrs. Kopp explains.
In my Agri Science 1 class, they talk about soil erosion, and it's kind of monotonous to sit down and show them pictures, and this is the certain tillage or certain soil prevention method. So I had each of the students make up their own plot and do their own erosion prevention techniques. They learned so much better, and they're going to remember it. And I bet at least 2 of them went home and said, "Hey, Mom or Dad, we shouldn't do this to our field," So they're applying that knowledge too, not just learning about it.
And this is what they learned.
You need some kind of substance to hold the soil together, otherwise it's all going to wash away eventually. Also, sorry, you go.
And no substance is going to be perfect because something's always going to be wrong.
And that there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. I mean, there's 7 right here. Not all of them work very good, but...
In addition to soil erosion and vet checks on the family dog, Mrs. Kopp has provided other hands-on experiences.
Well, if you ask the janitors, we had a really fun, not smelly lab where we dissected cow udders, and we talked about the different structure, or the different structures inside that udder. So we cut open an udder and labeled the parts, and just a very unique approach, again, bringing it to life, and I know they're going to be able to tell me those parts now because we dissected that udder.
Another change has been the addition of agriculture at the middle school.
I'm running a Agriculture 8 general class where they have me for a semester, so I'll get new faces at the semester. And we're doing an intro class of a bunch of different topics. So right now we're talking about beef, cattle. Before that we talked about dairy, and we talked about cats and dogs. Talked about FFA for a while. We actually started an FFA chapter, and we have, I think it's about 15 8th grade members. So starting to grow that little chapter. And
this is just the beginning of the hands-on opportunities that students in agriculture classes will experience. Mrs. Kopp has visions of expanding her classroom outside of the school walls.
Crazy vision that I would love to have, maybe a 24 by 36 pole barn thrown up. Wouldn't take that much workshop. And have some animals in it, like have a beef cow, have chickens, have rabbits, have some animals that the students can put maybe the breeding into, do the breeding and raise them, feed them, clean them, and then we can auction off their meat and have the proceeds go back for the next year. But when we talk about vaccinations, it's so much different to actually go out and maybe do the vaccination or the deworming or the general health care. So that'd be really neat to have a facility where we could house animals for a period of time.
Medford students are digging into the new agriculture classes so much that next year's high school ag classes may be so full that middle school may have to do without ag once again. Next year, Mrs. Kopp plans to add courses like vet science and possibly tractor restoration to the course offerings. For Curriculum Connection, I'm Laura Lundy.